Hello everyone, this is Nunix, and today I'm going to show you my 64-bit or 8-byte hard drive in Minecraft. As you can see, this thing is pretty massive. So let me show you the front here. There are 4 sections. The bottom section here is display. It's got 8 lamps to stand for 8-bit because the system is 8-bit. Up next is the levers to load 8 different save slots worth of information. The next 2 is the edit system for the save slots. So this not only can read information, but you can also write information. This lever here locks and unlocks the display. So right now it is unlocked, therefore changes to the display can be made, but if I lock it, the current state of the display will stay until I unlock it. So let me load up a save slot. I have already written into each save slot a special binary code. So here, if I turn on the 5th save slot, reading from right to left, I have set it to load the number 5 in binary. So let's just wait here a bit, and there we go. 101, if you're reading like binary, that is equal to 5 in binary. So let's load up, for example, 8. That should be the 4th lamp here. And let's do, for example, 2. That will just be 2 here. Alright, let's write some information. So let me show you slot 8. As you can see, it loads this lamp. But let's pretend I want it to be these 4 lamps here and not those. So here, let me unload it real quick. What I want to do is I want to turn on the slot that I want to write in. You can either write into the temporary slot here or copy it. It doesn't really matter. So if I go like that, it is being copied, and once I turn this off, it means it's saved. And now let me turn on the 8th slot, and as you can see, it loads this up. Let's make a different design. So here, these 3 lamps here, and let's pretend I want to save it to the 7th slot and the 5th slot. So you can save to multiple slots at the same time. Alright, so now it's saved. And here, if I load up 7, as you can see, it loads that. And the 5th, same thing. Now I can go back to 8, and it's still those 4 lamps here. Okay, so although this doesn't seem very, interesting, the possibilities here are quite big, because once you have a binary number here that is saved and that you can load and write in, you can input it into a binary decoder here, and for example get different outputs. So here's something that I've built. It's not my own design though. If I set the binary string of 0, 1, 1, as you can see, it will output 3. And because of this, since it's an 8-bit system, you can have 256 different possibilities. Alright, so now time to explain how this whole thing works. So here is one single save slot. A save slot is very similar to the display here. As you can see, this lever here is what locks and unlocks the display. The same thing is right here, but I have it replaced with a different component of the computer. So the way that I can save data is using locked repeaters. As you can see here, these first 4 repeaters, look at the ones that are locked, are powered even though there's no power going to it. That's because they are locked by these repeaters. So using locked repeaters, I can make sure that the data stays the same no matter what changes I make to the display up here, unless I do want it to change. The same premise is also here. As you can see, the same setup here of locked repeaters. And for example here, I can lock the display and you'll be able to see the locked repeaters locking the other repeater, and therefore no changes can be made to it even if there's power going through. Let me explain this whole system from the top to the bottom. Okay, so let me explain how the writing works. When I turn on these lamps here, for example, you can see that the signal goes through all the way until the end. And then as you can see in each save slot, each branch is also connecting to it, as you can see kind of in a diagonal here. So this leftmost lamp also connects to the leftmost power signal here. However, as you can see, the signal gets cut off here, and that's because I'm not loading or opening up this save slot. So once I turn this on, these pistons retract and therefore allow the signal to pass through, and as you can see, now these pistons extend the same way that those levers up there are powered. Another important thing is before these pistons retract, I have to change here the lock of the display. So as you can see, this 4-tick repeater makes sure that there's enough time for this piston to retract, and therefore it unlocks the display and allows changes to be made. So then when I unload or I stop writing to this save slot, this piston will extend first, therefore locking the display, and then I can make changes to it without affecting it. So as you can see, this piston extends before these pistons do, and this is so that it locks the display, and then I can change these levers here and it won't affect it. So this writing system is repeated to all 8 save slots that go up until the end. So there's each piston column here is for one display slot. And now next is the reading system, or the loading of each save slot, which is pretty much the exact same thing, just inverted. So as these are basically the lamps of each save slot, but instead of lamps I just have the redstone, and the redstone is going through this green line here, and then it's connecting to the main yellow line. This yellow wool is what powers each lamp, and I have each green line also connecting to the yellow lines in the same diagonal shape that these purple ones are. However, the same premise is being worked here, as in these pistons are extended, therefore blocking the signal coming from here. So that is why when I load a save slot, these pistons retract, allow the signal to go through, and therefore power each respective signal of the main display. And as you can see, here it is. One flaw of the system is that you can load more than one save slot at the same time, which causes some problems, as you can see here. Another annoyance of the system is that these last slots here, the ones closer to the right, take longer. That is because the path it has to take to get to its save slot is way longer, and it is usually a couple seconds long. So yeah, if you have any questions or any comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section. I'll try to answer them. And yeah, thank you so much for watching.